Yeah, 92 Tele. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome, 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 guys. Please comment where you're watching from. 92 Tele, where are you watching from? From Kansas. Please, where is Kansas? Which country is that? Day for you. Thank you. Comrade-Stanley. Keep coming, guys. Please, can you hear me? Say yes, please, in the comment section. Please. Can you hear me? Welcome, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Please comment where you're watching from, please. Comment where you're watching from. Keep coming, guys. Keep coming, please. Comment where you're watching from. Comment where you're watching from. Comment where you're watching from. Keep coming, guys. Keep coming, guys. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. All right. Let me remove my glasses. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Keep coming, guys. All right. Um, let me stop here. Hello, what's going on here? You're welcome here. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us here. Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for joining me here. Um, it is not easy anyway. Happy to see you guys back again in this channel and this hour of the day. Um, I have a lot of things that I want to unravel. Very, very important. Today's topic is African politics uncovered. I have a lot of things to say. Well, I dropped a video on my channel. If you watch the video, you'll get to understand. I listed the list of African richest president, African richest president. And this got my attention. I get to understand where our problem is coming from in Africa. Well, we have a very big problem, very, very big problem. And the problem is bad leadership. Problem is the choice of our leadership, the choice we make on the pool during elections across our countries in Africa. Until the day we start changing our mindset, setting aside tribalism, setting aside, religion and favoritism, we can't still keep getting it right in Africa. Now, you get to agree with me that most of the problem that we are having is not just all about the Western leaders trying to exploit Africa. No, it's about the leaders, people we put in power, are conniving with these Western leaders to, to rip Africa off and to exploit our resources for their own benefit and selfish interest. That is the reason why when you are listing the list of richest presidents in the world, African presidents are the richest. Sincerely speaking, African presidents are the richest. And you will now agree with me that our problem is on our choice of leadership. That is why it is important during the election, do not sell your conscience for peanuts. Now, for instance, a country like Nigeria, I always use Nigeria as an instance. A country like Nigeria, a country of 250 million in population, country that has everything that you can think of, natural resources and mineral resources. Nigeria has everything in place. Nigeria owns every mineral resources that you can think of. Now, why is it that you can see Nigerian children on the street begging for food? You can as well see Nigerian children out of school, and when you ask them, they tell you it's because of school fees. Now, in Nigeria today, it will be difficult for you to see a particular location where you will see 24 hours electricity in Nigeria. That is a country that owns everything. That is a country that has almost every mineral resources that you can think of. Why are Nigerians being subjected into abject poverty? Because you cannot deny the fact that Nigerians are poor. Yes, we understand the fact that there are Nigerians, there are rich people in Nigeria. Rich people in Nigeria does not mean that Nigerians are not poor. When you come to Nigeria, all you can see on the face of people is poverty. People have been subjected into abject poverty. People have been subjected into inhuman condition in Nigeria, a country that owns everything. Meanwhile, those resources that we own, the money is going into a few individuals' pockets. That is why you find a minister of FCT in Nigeria today will allocate hectares of land to his son's name. A son that is not even up to 40 years, that is not even up to 30 years. Lands worth over billions of naira, billions of dollars have been allocated into his name. That is the high level of corruption that we are facing in Nigeria. And people are scared to talk. Why would they not be scared to talk? Because when you talk, they will come for you. When you try to say something, when you try to unravel or expose their wickedness and their corruption, they will come for you. And when they come for you, is either they will eliminate you by terminating your life, or they will frame something against you and throw you in jail for life, or they will just silence you or handicap you or destroy your business. This is what we have been going through in Nigeria for a very long time, even starting from the military regime down to what we call democracy. I still tell you people, there's nothing like democracy in Nigeria. I keep saying it. There is nothing like democracy in Nigeria. Because first of all, democracy, you don't even have freedom of speech. Because after speaking, you will be arrested. Just like what happened to a comrade, Faro to me, a lawyer that was arrested because he exposed how bad the judiciary system in Nigeria is, and he was arrested and thrown inside jail for a couple of weeks. So this is the state of politics in Nigeria and in Africa, across Africa. We don't have our freedom of expression. We don't speak up when we see things that is going wrong. They are still the one that will tell you, when you see something, you say something. Now, you see something and say something, they will come for you or come for your family members. If you're not living in Nigeria, they will come for your family members. And this is uncalled for. I made it clear, categorically clear for you guys here, that, for instance, a lot of the problems that we're having today, I made a post last time. I made a post last time on my channel about how much local governments in Nigeria are receiving from the federal land revenue. Each local government in Nigeria today is receiving nothing less than 400 million. And this 400 million is going straight into a few individuals' pockets. They are not using it to utilize or to develop the local government. But that is not why I'm here today. The reason why I'm here today is to unravel the corruption that is growing in Africa, most especially in Nigeria, my own country. Now, for instance, we can see it clearly that the judiciary system that would have helped us, have been compromised. Judiciary system in Nigeria today is nothing to write home about. They have been compromised. Now, the legislature that we are hoping on that will speak for us and stand for us, they have also been compromised. That is why they will just sign in budget, paddle budget, and they approve any kind of loan and all that because they have been compromised. This is the problem that we have in Africa and in Nigeria most especially. Nigeria is one of the richest country on earth. And I've said it time without number. There shouldn't be any reason why any Nigerian child should be out of school or go to bed with empty stomach. There shouldn't be any tangible reason for that. There shouldn't be any reason for any Nigerian child should be out of school because of school fees, or any Nigerian child should be going to bed with empty stomach. But today it is happening in Nigeria. Sometimes people fall on the street and die because of hunger. Yes, we can't deny that fact that it is happening now during Tinubu's regime. For instance, they say rice is contraband. Sorry, rice is contraband in Nigeria. You can't import foreign rice into Nigeria. That Nigeria have enough rice that will serve the whole Nigeria. But let me ask a question, please. How much is a bag of rice in Nigeria today? And how many rice farms do we have in Nigeria? It is a question. You can't make rice a contraband when you cannot produce enough for your citizens. When you can make, if you want to make rice contraband, at least make sure that we are producing enough that can serve us, even that can even export. That is enough to the extent that we can export. That is when you have the power to. That's when you can think of making rice a contraband. But that's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making here is that corruption has eaten us cheap to the extent that we can't even see anymore. Corruption has made us think that corruption now is a norm. In China today, the corrupt political holder in our office, political office holders have been executed. But in Nigeria today, corrupt political holders have been praised and they are working freely, even still contesting more to remain in power. For instance, former Delta State Governor Okowa was accused of embezzling $1 billion US, and EFCC invited him. Immediately, EFCC invited him. After 1 week, he switched from PDP to APC. Immediately, he switched from PDP to APC. We don't hear about that case anymore. The case is dead. That is the kind of politics they are playing in Nigeria. They are playing politics of you come for us, we secure you, no matter how your sin is. Okowa should be in jail, cooling off right now. A governor that embezzled over $1 billion US. And you can imagine $1 billion US, that is over how many trillion naira? You can imagine $1 billion US, what $1 billion US can do for the good people of Delta State. That money should transform Delta State, make sure that Delta State has very perfect roads. There will be no pothole in Delta State. There will be constant electricity. There will be good medical facilities. There will be quality education in Delta State. But no, one person embezzled this money and enriched himself make himself so comfortable. This is the same news that I got today that Nyesom Wike, the former River State governor and the current FCT minister, he bought a house in Florida for over a house of over 2 million US dollar, and he used the wives and children name in purchasing the house. Now, you can imagine where these people are putting the money they are embezzling from Nigeria, where they are putting the money into. They are not even utilizing the money in Nigeria. That is even the most painful part of it. If at all, when they are embezzling this money, they are using the money to build their country, build factories that will employ people or build businesses that will at least create job opportunity. It will be a different thing. But these people will embezzle this money. They will take the money to the West, develop the West, buy mansions in the West, to send their children to the West, their children will be schooling in the West, having life in the West, and have dual citizenship. Meanwhile, they are down in Nigeria playing politics with the life of the innocent citizens of Nigeria. And as I'm speaking to you, Nigerians act like as if it is a norm. You can't see if I come up today carrying placard and protesting for good governance, you will still see the same Nigerians that I'm fighting for will come for me or condemn me or even say things against me. Why should you do that? This is the problem that we have in Nigeria. For instance, insecurity keep increasing in Nigeria to the extent that travelers now doesn't even travel at night. If you are traveling from one point to another point, your life is in danger. Your life will definitely be in danger until you get to the point where you are traveling to. That is the state of politics in Nigeria. They politicize everything. The lives of citizens doesn't worth anything to them. Kidnappers are on rampage, kidnapping and killing people. Today, human parts are being sold in Nigeria. Human parts are being sold in Nigeria. Evidences are there. And people act like as if it is a norm. In a sense society, that is not normal. That is a wake-up call that every single citizen should be out of the street protesting for good governance. And 2027 is around the corner. In the next year, 2026, 2027 is there. Campaign will start in 2026. An election is 2027. And it seems like Nigerians are quiet. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody is acting anything. I saw one comrade, Peter Randis, is pushing for he's agitating for electoral reform. And I wanted to see that that protest to be viral, waking Nigerians up. Nigerians will be reposting it on their social media platforms, but everybody is quiet. It seems like the guy is just carrying the thing on his head alone. And these are critical, these are very important, things that we should do before 2027. Electoral reform. We need electoral reform in Nigeria. Everybody can agree with me the fact that we need electoral reform in Nigeria with what happened in 2023. But Nigerians feel so comfortable. They feel like it is none of their business that let everything happen. But listen, it is not your business today, but trust me, it will be your business tomorrow. I've also always said it time without number here. The evil that you fail to condemn today definitely will haunt you tomorrow. It's a fact. You can't run away from it. And I don't know why sometimes when I go to Nigerian social media space, I cry. I feel like we don't know where we don't know what we are doing. We don't even know the fact that Nigeria is sinking. That is why every average Nigerian, what they have in their mind is, I want to jackpot, I want to leave Nigeria. Yeah, we understand the fact that leaving Nigeria to another country is just to help yourself. Yes, I understand that fact. But if all of us leaves, who will then fix Nigeria? It's a question. Do you think we have any other home that we can call home apart from Nigeria? It is my responsibility. It is your responsibility to fix Nigeria. We can't shy away from that. We can't. With what is happening in America today is a wake-up call to every Nigerian in diaspora. It's making you to understand the fact that no matter whatever you think you are, no matter how many citizenship you have, the fact remains that you are a Nigerian. And one day you'll be reminded wherever you are that You are a Nigerian. You are not an American. I've seen American citizens, their citizenship being revoked in this present time of Donald Trump. I've seen American citizens, American green card holders retrieved from them. I've seen a lot of things happening. It's a wake-up call. It's making you to understand the fact that no matter whatever you think you are, that you are Nigerian before you become anything else that you are today. We understand the fact that some people say, I'm in America, I'm not coming back to that country again. But remember, your umbilical cord was being buried in Nigeria. You have your relatives in Nigeria. You can't run away from there. Nigerian blood is running through your vein. So, who are we abandoning Nigeria for? When you come to social media space in Nigeria, you start thinking like, what is going on? People are not talking about 2027 election. This electoral reform that we are clamoring for. Nobody is reposting it. Nobody is saying anything. It seems like Nigerians are comfortable with what is going on. It seems like now they just see everything as normal. It's just normal. My brother, it's not normal because it's not your turn today. Tomorrow it will get to you. Let me go to the comment section. Let me read comments. Oh, Michael said, bro, I am hearing you. However, having that dictator picture behind you isn't giving what you are saying value. It would hold stronger if your background was plain or a tree or something from your home. Please, Michael, may I ask you a question? Where are you watching me from? And what nationality are you, if I may ask? Please, before I will answer your question, I have a question. I have something to answer you, but I want to know where you're watching me from, and I want to know which nationality you are. Please, before I answer you. Archie said, most Nigerians do not know what is going on in their country. I swear to God. They don't know. They don't know. Ernest Obi said, Nigeria has been sold. Both you talking, you are sold. I'm not sold, bro. Sincerely speaking, I'm not sold. I'm a Nigerian, a bona fide, I'm a pure-breeded Nigerian. And I've said it time without number. 60, at my 60, I wouldn't find myself, I would never find myself anywhere else than Nigeria at sea. Once I clock 60, you can't find me anywhere than Nigeria, unless if I'm there for holiday or whatsoever, or for business. You can't find me anywhere if it's not in Nigeria. I'm a pure-breeded Nigerian, and Nigerian blood is running through my vein. I am not sold. First of all, when I've said it time without number, I understand your from your own perspective. I understand your point very well. The point you are making here is that we are claiming that we have, we have independence, and it is pretty sure that there is nothing like independence. I understand that fact, that we are still being colonized in this 21st century, 2025. Nigeria and every other African country is still under that colonization. We are still being colonized. Yes, fact. You know why? First of all, with what happened in Burkina Faso and what played out between France and Burkina Faso, between France and Ibrahim Traore, is an indication that almost every African country that we have been colonized before, that was colonized before, is still under that colonization thing now. Now, for instance, what happened in Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso, before Ibrahim Traore came on board, Burkina Faso's resources were not being enjoyed by the people of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso's resources were being exploited from Burkina Faso to another country. First of all, the mining sites in Burkina Faso were, being managed by Canadian mining companies and French mining companies, which is unfair, right? And Burkina Faso earns only 20% of their resources. It's insane. 20% of your resources, that's what you get at the end of the day. Now, when Ibrahim Traore came on board, that is the role Ibrahim Traore played, is still playing now, was exactly the same role Thomas Sankara played that led to his assassination, because he was in pain in their ass. He was disturbing them a lot. He blocked them, he stopped them from exploitation, and they eliminated him through his friend. But that's not the part I'm talking about. Now, When Ibrahim Traore came on board, Ibrahim Traore summoned all the mining companies in Burkina Faso. He questioned them. He asked them, please, why is it that these mining sites are not being managed by Burkinabes? They told him that Burkina Faso does not have the equipment to mine, and the mining sites are being sold to them, that they have a contract. And he asked them to bring the contract. They all brought the contract. When they brought the contract, he checked the contract and see that the duration and how many years that is remaining. Now he told them that he will pay them off. This is a man that met nothing. In fact, he met nothing when he came to power. He met absolutely nothing. He met Burkina Faso empty. He decided to pay them off. How he got the money, nobody knows. He paid all the mining companies, he paid them off and asked them to leave. And they left. When he asked them to leave, French government started getting angry with him. Even though after the coup, they were so angry because they know what was coming up. Now, when they left, Ibrahim Traore purchased the mining equipment and he started mining by himself. Not just only that, he started mining by himself. He started utilizing, like I said, this is the problem that we have in Africa. Africa is richly blessed. Now, a country like Nigeria, we have crude oil. A country like Burkina Faso has gold. In fact, Burkina Faso is the fourth, largest gold producing country in Africa. But will you believe me that Burkina Faso does not have, gold refinery in Burkina Faso? You can agree with me. Now, a country like Nigeria has crude oil. We have large amount of crude oil. But will you agree with me that Nigeria has refineries, but most of in fact, all our refineries are not functioning. To the extent that we export our crude oil to refine, and they will sell the crude oil. After the refining, they will sell the oil back to us, which makes the oil very expensive for us, which is not supposed to be. A country that should have built refineries. That first of all, when you build the refineries, what the positive effect of it will create job opportunity at least for your youth, because Nigeria today produces thousands of graduates every year, and you are producing thousands of graduates when you don't have any job to offer them. The only job that you have, Nigerian youth have today is teaching job, or working in the hotel, or all these menial job that doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, the high-profile jobs are being reserved for the children of the elites. So, building these refineries would have created thousands of jobs for the Nigerian youth. But no, all our refineries were not working. All they do was to send our crude oil to another country to refine. Now, when Dangote came on board, no, I'm coming. Mohammed Dambata, I'm coming. Dangote refinery was a commission when Dangote refinery started functioning last year. I think last year or last 2 years. When Dangote came on board, Dangote built a refinery that cost him about 24 or 21 billion US dollar. After building the refinery, he started refining crude oil to the extent that they started tackling him. This is the problem that we have in Nigeria. When somebody have good intention, or they will come, because when somebody having good intention for the good people of Nigeria, they already know that good intention will deprive a lot of things from them, from their own pocket. So they will find a way to frustrate that good intention that person has for the country. Now they came for Dangote, to the extent that Dangote was not even having enough crude oil. Meanwhile, they were still exporting crude oil from Nigeria to outside Nigeria. They were still exporting crude oil. So at a point, when Dangote now raised the alarm, that's when this corruption stopped. I don't know if it stopped already or he's still struggling with it. So after when Dangote came on board and built a refinery, that's when Nigeria started refining crude oil in Nigeria. Okay, not just only that, when they saw that the Dangote refinery was functioning, they went and reopened Port Harcourt refinery, which is partially functioning now. I doubt if it is even functioning now. So this is the problem that we have. Now, in Burkina Faso, there was no refinery. There is no refinery to refine gold. Even as we speak, I believe that he's already building a refinery now to refine the gold. So he had a contract with the Russian president, Putin, That I think because of this refining of a thing, that's how Ibrahim Traore started generating money. Now, that is a leader that is intentional. And what I'm saying about Ibrahim Traore now is to answer this guy Michael for what he said. He called Ibrahim Traore a dictator. Now I want to explain to him what dictators do in Africa. Now, Ibrahim Traore created a national road construction company for Burkina Faso. There's no need for all these foreign contractors. He stopped anything foreign contractor in Burkina Faso, and he purchased over 1,000 equipment, to build road construction, because he promised his people 5,000 kilometer paved road every year, and he's delivering it. So these are the things. Now, this person that is calling Ibrahim Traore a dictator, let me ask you a question. What is a dictator, and who is a dictator? That is a question that I want to ask you. Now, AFRICOM was established in Africa to oversee the US, interest in Africa. That is the main purpose of establishing AFRICOM in Africa, because they were the people that started this whole dictator of a thing. Michael Langley went to the Congress to label Ibrahim Traore as a dictator. That was when this whole mindset came on board. And this has been the problem that we have been facing in Africa, right from the time of Idi Amin, to the time of Lumumba, to the time of Amilcar Cabral, to the time of Kwame Nkrumah, to the time of Thomas Sankara, to the time of Gaddafi. This has been what we have been going through in Africa. Once you have a good intention for your people and block the Westerners from invading your country to exploit your resources, automatically they will label you a dictator. Fact, they will label you a dictator. And now, mind you, we are in 21st century, in 2025, where we have social media platforms. Technology is already in place to debunk lies and propagandas. So it is a failed agenda for them already. Because why? Why I say it's a failed agenda? This is the same narrative they pushed out there during the time of Idi Amin. We understand the fact that Idi Amin was brutal, yeah, to some point. He was brutal because he said, you cannot come to my country exploiting my resources and be giving me little percentage. That was the word of Idi Amin. You cannot be coming to my country exploiting from me and be giving me peanut. It cannot happen in my time. That is why they pushed the agenda that Idi Amin was a dictator, is a brutal leader, is a tyrant, to the extent they even labeled him a cannibal, that he eats human being. But it was all lies, propaganda, just to make him look bad, just to make people, Africans, start seeing him in a different way, start seeing him like a bad person. The same thing they did to Gaddafi. Gaddafi, everybody can agree with me here that Gaddafi was one of the best presidents in Africa. In fact, was the best president in Africa, because Gaddafi was a true Pan-Africanist that loved Africa with passion. Gaddafi's dream was to see Africa unite and we have one currency, have one borderless Africa. Gaddafi is the first leader. He was the first leader that pushed for one African continent. We have one Africa, one borderless Africa, one African currency, one African leader. That was the agenda of Gaddafi, because he loved Africa so much. Not just only that, there is no country in Africa today that would deny the fact that they benefited something from Gaddafi's regime. No country in Africa would deny the fact that they benefited from Gaddafi's regime. But Gaddafi was labeled a dictator, a tyrant, a brutal leader. Now you can imagine, during the time of Gaddafi, you can agree with me that you can never find any Libyan outside Libya looking for greener pasture anywhere during the time of Gaddafi. Gaddafi made sure that he provided everything for the people of Libya. He provided basic amenities, make electricity very affordable, pipe-borne water clean, provided good medical facilities, provided quality education in Libya. But what did they do? Because he said, no, in my own time, I can't let you to come invade my country and be exploiting my resources and be giving me peanuts. It's time. And they label him a dictator. He started they started inciting problems, making sure there was a war in Libya, destabilized Libya to the extent when they saw that they succeeded in inciting problem, they invaded Libya. This is exactly what they wanted to do to Ibrahim Traore. Exactly this same game. That is what they wanted to do to Ibrahim Traore. They never want to see any leader that will come up and say, we want one African continent. Once you mention that, you become a threat to them. They invade Libya, assassinate Gaddafi, destabilize Libya. Till today, as I speak to you, Libya does not have leader. There's no government in Libya. Since 2011 till now, 15 years later or 14 years later, there's no leader in Libya. There's no government in Libya. Libyans have been subjected into crisis, into fight, into war, into abject poverty. Now you can see Libyans, jumping Mediterranean Sea to cross to Europe to go and do million jobs. I mean, Libyans. This is the agenda of the West. This is what they want to. This is how they want to see Africa. They want to see Africa destabilized. They want to see Africa destabilized. That is why Donald Trump, sometimes we understand the fact that Donald Trump is brutal. We understand the fact that Donald Trump is stubborn. But I love sometimes I love what he's doing. You might look at him from the other perspective, from my own perspective, he wants the best for Africa. That is why he keeps reminding Africans who they are, making us to wake up, to fix our continent. Because Africa is one of the richest. Africa is one of the richest continents. Who will deny the fact? Don't let anybody kid you. Africa is one of the richest. In fact, after Second World War, Europe was rebuilt. 70% of the resources that was used to rebuild Europe came from Africa. After Second World War, 70% of the resources that was used to rebuild Europe came from Africa. But today, Africans find it difficult to even get a visa to travel to Europe. This is how we are being paid. This is how we have been sidelined, marginalized, ridiculed, because we are Africans and because we are black. And you, as an African, you still get to lack the understanding that this people does not like us. Sometimes I keep wondering, some Africans will travel to Europe, they start acting as if like they've arrived. Bro, you are still an African, and one day you'll be reminded. Yes. No matter how comfortable that you feel that you are, even if not you, your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren will be reminded that you are an African. Someday, you can't deny that fact. You can't deny that fact. Africans have suffered a lot. And all these things that you are seeing, all these artificial borders that you are seeing in Africa today was created by the West just to divide Africa, just to divide us. Now, it will be difficult for a Nigerian to travel without visa to Kenya or to South Africa. A South African cannot come to Nigeria without visa. That is not how it's supposed to be. These are artificial borders. Okay, now, for instance, I saw one YouTuber, Tayo Aina, he was just on a stroll from Portugal to Spain. It's just a common boundary. There is nothing like checking point. There is nothing like this. There's nothing. It was just a common boundary. People, you can walk freely. But me as an African, if I want to cross from Gambia now to Senegal as a Nigerian, a West African passport holder, I will have to pay 5,000 CFA stamp before I can travel from Gambia to Senegal, crossing Senegal border. This is the kind of wickedness that they have meted on us to divide us, just to divide us. And you have the mouth and the mind to label Ibrahim Traore as a dictator. Now, if you're looking for a dictator, can I remind you who are the African leaders that are dictators? Let me remind you, the African leaders that are dictators. Number one, Museveni of Uganda. Museveni of Uganda is a dictator. That's number one, if you're looking for dictators. And this message is for Africa because they are looking for African dictators. Leave Ibrahim Traore alone. He is not a dictator. He's a true Pan-Africanist. He is even more clean than you that is labeling him a dictator because he has his people at heart. Go to Burkina Faso today. Go and hear testimonies of Burkinabes. Go and hear the testimonies of the people of Burkina Faso. I'm not telling you testimonies of strangers. Go and listen to what Burkinabes talk about Ibrahim Traore. He's changing the narrative. He's transforming Burkina Faso. He's making sure there is no pothole in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a project site as we speak, and you have the mindset to label him a dictator. If you're looking for dictators in Africa, Museveni of Uganda is a dictator. Obiang, Theodore Obiang of Equatorial Guinea is a dictator. Paul Biya, the old man in Cameroon that still want to run for another office after, almost close to 100 years. He still want to run for office again. That have been in power for 40-something years. He's a dictator. Paul Biya is a dictator. Obiang is a dictator. Museveni is a dictator. Now, listen, let me tell you something. Now, if you are looking for dictators, then you have to go to those countries that I mentioned. Go and fight dictatorship. Those that you have a big job to do. You have a very big work to do if you are to fight dictators in Africa today. And not just only that, I just mentioned but a few of them. There are a lot of them there. Lots. Uncountable of them. These are the countries that I am telling you that have been subjected into abject poverty. A country like Uganda, have been subjected into abject poverty. Have you seen the condition and the life of Ugandans, the way they are living? Have you seen that before? Have you seen how Ugandans are living after Museveni clings to power for 40-something years and still want to remain in power? Somebody that imposed his own son as the CDS, as the chief of defense staff, and want to use his own son to replace himself. It seems like now Uganda now is a personal enterprise of Museveni's family. So, and you are looking for dictators, and we've not heard anything about Museveni as a dictator. You only concerned about Ibrahim Traore. Meanwhile, the dictators are working freely in Africa. People are being killed day in, day out. Opposition members are being killed, sentenced to jail, suffer, and all the rest. And you close your mouth and you watch and be labeling Ibrahim Traore as a dictator. Shame. Sincerely speaking. We can't continue like this. It is time for us to start speaking up. TRP report. Libya thought democratic government is better. I swear to God. Now, they are paying for the price of their mistake. I swear to God. If I tell you the condition of Libyans today, you will weep. Wherever Gaddafi is today, Gaddafi is crying because Gaddafi put in a lot of job in building Libya. He tried all his possible best to make his people comfortable. They don't know. That's why I always tell people, you don't know the value of what you have until the day you lose it. When you lose what you have, the precious thing that you have in your hand, you will get to know the value. Today, Libyans are regretting why they sold Gaddafi away. They are regretting it today. Libyans are subjected into abject poverty. Their resources are being exploited and they can't do anything. African Union are watching. They are watching their comfort zone, watching Libya. Sincerely speaking, we have a very big problem. When I say African Union when you call African Union, you mention African Union, to me is a scam. This African Union leaders, this union that you are seeing, African Union, is a big scam. It's a very big scam. Now, they watch what Ibrahim Traore has been going through. Somebody that have survived 17 times assassination. Somebody that was labeled unprovoked, labeled a dictator in the US Congress. Unprovoked. Somebody that they've tried to tamper with his life at all costs. And they watch, folding their arms, watching these things happening. They do nothing about it. They say nothing about it. That is to tell you that our problem started from the leaders. Our problem in Africa So the day we start getting it right, that is why if you're an African youth and you're still having the mindset and you are still you are being compromised, or you are selling your conscience because of peanuts, always remember that if you don't pay for it, your children will pay for it. If your children don't pay for it, your grandchildren will pay for it. I'm telling you the gospel truth. This is not cause, this is just fact, nature. This is the right time we have to start speaking up, defend our continent. Africa, we have gone through a lot. We have been ridiculed. We have been subjected into inhuman condition. Our people, our brothers and sisters are suffering in Malta, in Italy, in Spain. Some of them are being thrown inside farm just to, meet ends meet, just to end for living, just to look for greener pasture. We are nothing. Because why? We are Africans. And this Africa that you are ridiculing like this is one of the richest continents on earth. Now, let me tell you something. Do you know, you can agree with me that Nigeria is richer than UAE, United Arab Emirates. Nigeria as a country is richer in natural resources than UAE, United Arab Emirates, where you call Dubai. Nigeria as a country is far richer. But now ask me why? Why is it that Nigeria is not well built like UAE? Because of what? Because of corruption. Corruption that started from the grassroots to the top. Corruption in Nigeria started from the grassroots to the top. Grassroots to the top. Now, the role religion has played in Nigerian politics, the role tribalism have played in Nigerian politics, favoritism have played in Nigerian politics is what destabilized us, is what made us what we are today, what destabilized us and made Nigerians living in abject poverty. Because you are from Igbo. Hausa man say no, I don't want Igbo man to rule me. This one is from Yoruba. The Igbo man will say, I don't want Yoruba man to rule me. And not just only that, because this one say, I don't want Muslim, I don't want Christian. Christian don't want Muslim, Muslim don't want Christian. But you knowing fully well that this candidate is capable enough to bring positive change to the society. But because he's a Muslim or he's a Christian or he's Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo, now you disqualify him. You say, no, you don't want him to rule you. You know him fully well that this person is capable and qualified to carry on the affairs of the country. That is what tribalism, religion, favoritism have played in Nigerian state of politics. And that is why we are going through what we are going through today. Nigerians are running away from Nigeria every day. Every single average Nigerian. Now, for instance, go to your social media platform now, post, say, giving you 100 million and giving you American visa. Which one will you choose? Nigerians will choose American visa over 100 million. Because why? They don't have confidence and hope in Nigeria anymore. They would rather, people are running, the youth knows very well that running through desert to Mediterranean Sea to Europe is a 50, it's not even 50-50, it's a 70-30 chances, 70% chances of death and 30% chances of surviving it. But they would choose to go than to remain in their country because of the condition, because of the abject poverty, because of the kind of insecurity. Look at what happened and today everybody is working free. Nothing. It seems like nothing happened. Look at what happened in Plateau State. 100 and something people there was mass burial. Fulani hates me. Oh my goodness. And everybody act like as if it's normal, like as if it's nothing. Federal government don't do nothing. And they say Fulani hates men. Fulani hates men. Fulani hates men. Are they not human beings, for crying out loud? That is the way they destabilize us, making us to hate ourselves, making us to start killing ourselves. Now, let me ask you a question. The insecurity that we are talking about, the Boko Haram this, ISIS this, ISWAP this and that. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think there's no solution to end this terrorism in Africa? There is a solution. There is a solution. If the West decide to help Africa. Africom said that the reason why Africom was established in Africa is to help Africans fight terrorism. Terrorist groups like ISWAP, Boko Haram, and all the rest. Now I have a question. Does it mean that America does not have the technology to dictate where these terrorists are in the bush, across Sahel states, from the Sambisa forest down to Sahel? Does it mean that they don't have that drone or that technology to dictate where they are and eliminate them once? Does it mean they knows very well that this terrorism is in their own favor? If it is not in their own favor, please let me ask a question. Who owns those private jets? Who owns those helicopters that drops food for them in the bush, drops arms for them in the bush? Those kind of ammunition those guys are having, these terrorists are having, who is supplying them to them? Where are they coming from? Where are they? Be a critical thinker. This thing is being orchestrated to destabilize Africa, to put us in war, to make sure that they destabilize us so that they can have chances of coming in to exploit resources. And we are quiet. What we do with our social media platforms is sometimes I keep wondering, we are not serious. I mean, the youth are not serious. We have a very powerful tool in this 21st century. We have a very, very powerful tool. And that powerful tool is what? Our social media platforms. You can imagine when Michael Langley went to the Congress and labeled Ibrahim Traoré as a dictator. When he was labeled as a dictator, you saw what happened in the social media. Our people, the lovers of Africa, sorry, can you guys hear me? Please, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? So I just got a call. Can you hear me, please? Say yes in the comment section, please. If you can hear me, please. If you can hear me, please say yes in the comment section. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me, please? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much. So when Michael Langley went to Congress to label Ibrahim Traoré a dictator, you saw what played out, how what the social media entered fire. Everybody started tweeting, everybody started posting, condemning what they said, condemning everything. At the end of the day, Michael Langley could not stand, he could not withstand the heat from social media. He had to step down from Africa. He had to step down as African head. This is the kind of tool that we have. We have powerful tool in our hands. Social media platform is not just only to post, to show off your wealth, show off what you've got, show off the kind of watch you're wearing, the kind of car you are driving, show women showing their boobs and their asses. This is not the use for social media, for crying out loud. Social media platform is for us to lend our voices. When you listen, when you say hashtag revolution, bro, whenever, oh my goodness, Africans, we're not ready. We are not ready yet. When we are ready, even these people will get to know that we are ready. I'm telling you, they will start doing things right. They are playing along with us. They are playing along with us because they already know that we have been distracted. We have been distracted already. So they understand the fact that these people, they are very intelligent. They are watching, they are following us with emotion. They are following us, keenly, trying to know the things that we like. They will just, every time they will be putting things to distract you from the main issue. Now, you can imagine, for instance, I'm a very big fan of VDM. Sorry, I'm a Rattel member. I'm one of the biggest fan of VDM. VDM is doing amazingly well. There's no Nigerian, any sane Nigerian that will not agree with me that VDM is doing a good cause. But you will still see the same Nigerians coming on social media to condemn VDM. Meanwhile, what VDM is doing, they can't even do one quarter of it. This is the problem that we have. We are not ready yet. We are not ready. When we are ready for revolution, when we are ready for revolution, these people will be alert. They will know, they will be aware that these guys, they are ready for revolution. Revolution is not just about carrying placards, occupying streets. Listen, social media platform is a very very powerful tool. For instance, now I'm doing this live stream here. At the end of this live stream, I'm pretty sure that I will have nothing less than 10,000 views. Now I've passed my message to 10,000 people. Tomorrow, if I still do another live stream again, maybe you may not be here. Another set of people will still be here. They will get my message. I don't know if you're getting to understand my point. So when the same way I'm doing it, if all of us use our social media platforms, start doing the same thing, trust me, things will start changing. They will get to understand that we understand what they are doing. We know what they are doing. Now, for instance, we are listen. Most of the time, this is one of what I said on my previous video. I said I said it before. See, Tinubu is doing well on his own. I'm not a fan of Tinubu. Anyway, I don't like APC. I don't like anything about APC. But Tinubu is not the main problem that we have in Nigeria. Now, you that is watching me, how many times have you hold your local government chairman accountable? How many times? Now, will you agree with me, before Tinubu came to power, local government chairman receives, some of them receive 100 million, some of them receive 80 million allocation every month. But do you know, since Tinubu came to power and subsidy was removed, will you agree with me that local government chairman receives over 400 million? In fact, Tinubu tripled the allocation of local government. They receive, some of them receive 400 million, some receive 500 million. That's a $500 million naira. Now, have you asked the question, what do they do with that money? Because state government receives their own allocation. State government receives their own allocation. That is for the state. This one is local government allocation. What do they do with that money? Have you asked that question? Now, for instance, I saw my own local government chairman was emphasizing on the things that he have achieved, and it's laughable. He said he fenced the local government secretariat, and he's building a pig farm in the local government secretariat. He's refurbishing the staff quarters and all that. My brother, and he has been there for 9 months. Now, calculate 400 million times 9. That's roughly 4 billion naira. 4 billion naira for 9 months, and he's giving you project things that individuals can easily do that thing for the local government. Where is the 4 billion naira that have entered into your custody? What did you do with it? There's no use. The entrance of my own local government, the road that leads to my own local government, is nothing to ride home about. Cars doesn't drive. Even pedestrians cannot walk through. It's nothing to write home about. And he have received, for the past 9 months, he have received over 4 billion naira. And you are still blaming Tinubu. Tinubu is not just the only problem that we have. We understand the part that Tinubu is not doing well. We understand that part. When it comes to security, he's not doing well in security aspect. Yes. But disbursing funds, bro, give it to Tinubu, he's doing well. He's disbursing the fund. Go and check. Listen, you know, most of the time, these are the things that Nigerians are not getting to understand. They're not getting to understand these things. Tinubu is disbursing funds. This is one of the reasons why most of the governors are rallying around him, saying he's going back again. Because he's disbursing the fund. Listen, Tinubu is rich. Tinubu is not a poor man. Tinubu is a multi-billionaire in dollar. When he was governor of Lagos State, when he was senator, from senator to governor of Lagos State, from governor of Lagos State, he was APC chairman. Remember when he was governor of Lagos State, he was also earning money. He was also doing business with the state government as well. Tinubu has money. Money is not his problem. Tinubu wants power, but Tinubu is disbursing money. Tinubu is making sure that state government, local government are earning a lot of allocation to make sure that they provide basic amenities for their communities and for their states. But these guys are embezzling this money, putting this money in their own personal pocket, subjecting their people into abject poverty. So if you are holding Tinubu accountable, you should also hold your local government accountable and your state governors accountable, because they are getting enough fund to make sure that they created the job opportunity for the citizens of that state, for the citizens of that local government, making sure that salaries are being paid as at when due. Maybe most of us do not know what's going on. Tinubu has problem, but I am telling you this for free today. Tinubu makes sure that allocations are being dispersed appropriately, and he pays a lot of money. I mean, we need to wake up. Honestly speaking, this is not. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We have slept enough. We need to wake up. Some of these individuals have played with our emotion, have played with our mindset. Now, for instance, let me tell you a story. My own local government, my own former local government chairman, Amechi Hansen, I will mention his name. I'm sorry, but I'm going to mention anybody's name. I will mention people's name. You can't do me anything. By the way, if I die today, I'm not going to die again. But nobody will live forever anyway. Amechi Hansen, our former local government chairman, he was nobody. From 2015. No, not 2015. 2015, 16, 17, 18. From 2018, 2019, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Yes, sorry, from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. 4 years. This guy was nobody. This guy was absolutely nobody. He was an errand boy to our former governor, Okezi Ikpeazu. Before Okezi Ikpeazu became governor, he was an errand boy to Okezi Ikpeazu. So now, you know what these people do? Normally, understand Nigerian politics, there's nothing like election. For me, I call it selection. So if you are thinking that you go there because you are wasting your time, it's selection. They will select you and put you there. So the guy was an errand boy to Okezi Ikpeazu. So 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 2022, Okezi Ikpeazu put the guy as local government chairman to compensate him for being an errand boy to him. Even the Camry tiny light the guy was driving, it was Okezi Ikpeazu that bought it for him. The guy does not have a house in his village, does not have nothing. He only got married and have many children. He had about, I think, 4 or 5 children. Now, when Okezi Ikpeazu put him as local government chairman, what did he do? What he did was to accumulate wealth for himself, make himself super rich, because that's an average mentality, average Nigerian mentality. They always think that politics is an avenue to become wealthy. That's how Nigerians think. Once you enter into politics, it's an avenue for you to be extremely wealthy. So when this guy became local government chairman, well, the first thing he did was to build a very big mansion for himself. That is money that is meant to develop the local government, but he used the money to build big mansion for himself. Now, if Nigeria is a country that works, there should be a question: where did you get this money from? How much was your salary as local government chairman? How much was your allowances as local government chairman? How did you get the money to build this massive mansion? He built the mansion for himself. Like it's not enough. He bought Prado himself for himself, bought cars for himself. That's not enough. He bought house in the town. That's not enough. After 4 years, he stepped down, and his principal could not even return. After when the principal, that's Okezi Ikpeazu, his term finished, because he finished his term 8 years. He contested for Senate. He didn't win. The guy saw that his political career is at stake. Do you know what he did? From the money he embezzled from my own local government, he used the money he took his children, all his children and his wife, he sent them to UK. I think he bought a house in UK. The wife is a nurse. The children are all... They are schooling in UK. Now, he left them in UK and then come down to my local government to come and play politics. And people will still take this guy serious. You will imagine and agree with me that people will still take him serious, because Nigerians have small brain. I mean, Nigerians, our mentality, our mindset is so small that we don't think very well. We don't think deep. This is the problem that we are having in Nigeria. An average Nigerian always think that politics is not venue to wealthy. So when they mistakenly get to power, the first thing they do is to accumulate wealth for themselves in the expense of the innocent people of the community or the local government. So Tinubu is not just only the problem that we have. If we are fighting corruption, we start fighting corruption from the grassroots. We start fighting corruption from the grassroots. So that is it. Please, if you are joining me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe to the channel, put on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I drop a video or when I come live stream. And don't forget, my videos are on my live. You will learn a lot of things from my long form videos. I dropped a video this afternoon. The video titles the 50 top richest African presidents. Go and watch the video. If you learn a lot, you see how these guys embezzled a lot of money to make themselves extremely rich. You see the ones that their net worth, the ones that have been in power just within a short period, their net worth is about $500 million, some $1 billion, $10 billion, 200 and something billion dollars. This is how they accumulated wealth for themselves. Go to my long form videos and watch. I dropped a video this afternoon. Go and watch the video. The list of 15 top richest African presidents. I mean, I don't know where we're going from here, because to me, I feel like it seems like everybody is quiet. People are not doing anything. People are not even talking. The ones that are talking, they are seeing them like they are stupid. You know, that's the way I see it. But nevertheless, we can't stop. We can't stop anytime soon. We keep shouting. We keep, protesting, because this is the only way we can do. This is the platform, only way I can do. Lending my voice, very, very important. So that is how it is. Please, if you're joining me for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, put on your notification bell, share the live stream so we can be able to get to wider audience. People need to hear the gospel of truth. People will need to hear we need to get to wider audience so that we can, we can be preaching and they can be hearing what we are preaching. It is important. This is the important message that Nigerians need to hear. I'm telling the gospel to not just Nigerian, Africans entirely. Sincerely speaking. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me here. I'm very, very grateful. Debbie Wachuku said, we need a few Nigerian youth to become courageous like Traore and his team to salvage oppressed Nigerians. If Nigeria can arise to assist the West, Africa will arise too. Exactly. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. I've been here for 1 hour plus, so I think I'll be ending it up here right now. So I really appreciate you guys for spending time with me. It's not easy anyway. It's been a long time. I come on live stream last. I think that was last week. So, but this time around, I think I'll be having time. It's important that we continue preaching the gospel of truth. Like I always say, my channel is not for entertainment, please. It's not for entertainment. It's not for comedy. I'm here to preach the gospel of truth. I'm here to lend my voice the way I can. Sorry. So that is what the main purpose of this channel. Please. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate every one of you for joining me here on live stream. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Please do me a favor by subscribing to the channel and put on your notification bell. Share the live stream so we can get to wider audience. And don't forget, the long form videos is all there. Please watch my videos and learn a lot from them. Learn a lot. Most especially the one I dropped this afternoon. I dropped a video this afternoon, and it's that video. You would learn a lot from that video. How 15 African richest presidents, how they accumulated their wealth, how wealthy they are. Meanwhile, their countries are poor. You know, the most painful part, the most annoying one is Congo. For crying out loud, a country like Congo that is in shambles state, that is in war. Their leader is one of the richest presidents in the world. And your country is in that condition. Congo is one of the poorest countries on earth. Congolese are going through a lot. And you are one of the richest presidents in the world. The video is there. Go and watch my video and you'll thank me later. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate every one of you for joining me here. But do me that favor by sharing my live stream. Share my live stream so we can get to wider audience. And don't forget, put on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I drop a video, and when I come on live stream, you can join me here. Lend your voice, and don't forget, always feel free to write your opinion in the comment section. Ask questions, whatever that is in your mind. Just ask your question. Feel free. We are here to learn from each other. Ask questions, and I'm always here to answer. Watch my videos and also ask questions and put in your opinion as well. That is why we are here. We are here to learn from each other. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really appreciate every one of you. Please, if you're Nigerian, please say yes in the comments. I want to make sure that I have Nigerians here. This is very, very important because my message was centered on Nigerians, most especially Nigerians and Nigerians in diaspora. Do not forget, there is no place like home. There is no place like home. You were Nigerian before you become anything else that you think you are. You are all Nigerian. Nigerian blood is running through your vein. You can't deny the fact that you are a Nigerian. Always remember, you'll be reminded someday. Your children will be reminded someday that you are Nigerians. Okay? So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Habib Oki, thank you so much for joining me here. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please share the live stream so we can get to wider audience, please. And don't forget my long form videos. Watch my videos and learn a lot from them. Don't forget, please. Watch my videos and you comment your opinion. Ask questions if you want to ask questions. Please do not forget. If you have something that you want us to share on a live stream here, please go to my post. You will see where I listed my number, my WhatsApp number. Please, you can copy my number from there. Chat me up on WhatsApp. Ask questions. Feel free to tell me, share your thoughts and your experiences, or whatever you want us to discuss here. If you want to join me on live stream as well, you can as well reach out to me. Let me know if you want to join me on live stream someday. Maybe we can come together and share our opinions and as well, projecting our continent on a better, map. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Please give me thumbs up. Thumbs up, please, before I go. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, please, 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 please. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye. See you guys tomorrow.